Hello, recappers! Today's movie centers on a dancer who attracts the attention of the son of a Russian oligarch. This sparks a whirlwind romance, but it doesn't turn out to be the Cinderella story she thought it was. At a gentleman's club, Ani works as a dancer who befriends her clients. When Diamond learns that one of her regulars hired Ani instead, she gets upset. Still, Ani remains friends with the other dancers, including Lulu. One night, their manager, Jimmy, summons Ani because he has a client who wants to see someone who speaks Russian. He introduces her to Ivan, who is instantly drawn to her. Ivan shares that he's in America on vacation, so to give him a good time, Ani invites him to the VIP room, where she performs for him. The two spend the entire night together, and Ani endears herself to Ivan. That afternoon, she receives a text from Ivan inviting her to his house. Ani marvels at his luxurious home, while Ivan eagerly takes her to the bedroom for special services. Afterward, they get to know each other better, and Ani discovers that Ivan is the son of a Russian oligarch. Excited about having such a wealthy client, she later shares the news with Lulu. However, Diamond overhears and becomes jealous. The next day, Ani continues entertaining Ivan at his home. He even invites her to his New Year's Eve party. On the night of the party, Ani brings Lulu along. The party gets wild as the clock strikes midnight. And when things begin to wind down, Ivan asks for Ani's services to cap off the night. She ends up spending the night at his house. She wakes up late in the afternoon and rushes to get dressed because she'll be late for work. Not wanting her to leave, Ivan offers her $15,000 to be his exclusive girlfriend for a week, so she doesn't have to work. Tempted, Ani goes to the club and asks Jimmy for a week off. Jimmy points out that he already gave her the holiday off, but Ani argues that he doesn't pay her enough and walks away. The next morning, Ani moves into Ivan's house. She spends time with him, meets his friends, and lives a rich and fun life. They go to Las Vegas, party, gamble, and enjoy expensive things. Ivan jokes about marrying an American to stay in the US, but then he seriously asks Ani to marry him. She agrees, and they quickly get married. Ani quits her job, and Ivan buys her a ring and new clothes. Soon, Ivan's parents find out. They send his godfather, Toro, and two men to bring him back. Ivan refuses to let them in, but they force their way inside. They learn about the marriage and call Toro. He is angry and says Ivan's parents are coming to fix the problem. He plans to cancel the marriage. Ivan suddenly runs away. The men stop Ani from following him and tie her up when she fights back. Later, Toro arrives and unties her. He says Ivan left her and only married her for a green card. He offers her $10,000 to agree to cancel the marriage. She is scared but agrees to talk to Ivan first. They search for Ivan around the city but cannot find him. They visit his friends in different places, but he does not answer his phone. Meanwhile, Ivan goes to Ani's old club, where Diamond happily welcomes him. Meanwhile, the group stops for dinner, and Toro panics about not finding his godson. During this time, Ani finally receives a message from Lulu telling her where Ivan is. They rush to the club just as Diamond convinces Ivan to go to the VIP room with her. The group storms into the VIP room, and Ani berates Diamond for performing for her husband. Toro scolds Ivan while Ani begs her husband for an explanation. She recounts how he abandoned her, leaving her to be attacked and have her ring stolen. Desperate to save her marriage, Ani tearfully explains that Toro is forcing them to get an annulment and begs Ivan to stop it. However, he is too drunk to take her seriously. Tired of waiting, Toro drags Ivan out of the club while Ani continues pleading. Diamond mocks her, insisting she was right about the marriage. Enraged, Ani punches her, starting a fight that ends only when Igor carries Ani out. Back in the car, Ani argues that she needs to speak to Ivan when he is sober, insisting he is in no condition to make decisions. However, Toro refuses and takes them to City Hall. They park outside and wait overnight for the judge to arrive. Hoping Ivan is sober enough, Ani tries speaking to him again. However, he is still incoherent when his father's attorney, Michael, arrives. Ani argues that Ivan is not of sound mind to proceed. Despite her objections, they go into the courtroom. Ani tells the judge they cannot proceed because her husband is intoxicated. She also argues that their Las Vegas marriage is legal. Michael is surprised to hear this, as they cannot annul a marriage that took place in a different state. The judge dismisses the case. Panicked, Toro orders the couple to meet Ivan's parents first and explain that they married without permission. Ani refuses and begs Ivan to leave with her. This time, however, Ivan chooses to meet his parents. With no other option, Ani agrees, hoping to prove their love is real. At the airport, Ivan's parents, Galina and Nikolai, arrive. Ani tries to make a good first impression, but Galina ignores her and checks on her son instead. Ani introduces herself in Russian and expresses her happiness about joining their family. However, Galina coldly states that she is not part of their family and that her son is not in love with her. When they learn the annulment must be finalized in Nevada, they rush everyone onto their private plane. Ani urges Ivan to refuse, but he ignores her. "Hurt!" she yells at him, and Ivan finally confirms they are getting divorced, even calling her stupid for believing he would stop it. He thanks her for making his trip fun, confirming she was merely entertainment to him. Ani takes a moment to breathe while Ivan boards the plane. Galina orders her to get on as well. Ani insists she needs her own lawyer so she can claim half of Ivan's money, since they never signed a prenup. Galina threatens to destroy her life and her family's if she tries. With no choice, Ani boards the plane. During the flight, Ivan's parents scold him and demand he begin working for them the following week. While they argue, Ivan refers to Ani as merely a hired woman. Offended, she calls him pathetic. Impressed that she stood up for herself, Igor pours her a drink, which she quickly downs. At the Las Vegas office, Galina orders them to sign the papers. Before signing, Ani looks at Ivan one last time, hoping he will defend her. He looks away. Heartbroken, she signs the annulment. Seeing her anger, Igor suggests Ivan should apologize for using her, but Galina insists her son owes no one an apology. Ani argues that he should apologize for being a coward, but Galina belittles her instead. In retaliation, Ani points out that Ivan hated his parents so much that he married someone like her just to spite them. She throws her scarf at Galina and drops her coat on Ivan before walking away. Toro escorts her back to the car and instructs Igor to take her to the airport. He allows her to stay at the family's house for one night but tells her she must leave in the morning. On the flight back, Ani sleeps while Igor gently covers her with his jacket. Back at the house, she cries in the shower and later shares a cigarette with him. Igor comments that her real name, Anora, is better than her nickname. Ani mocks his name in return. He tells her it is good she did not become part of Ivan's family, but she refuses to accept his kindness, still seeing him as the man who restrained her. She even accuses him of possibly taking advantage of her if Garnick had not stopped him. Igor insists he had no such intention, but she remains unconvinced. She goes to bed. In the morning, Ani admires the view one last time before packing her belongings. Igor takes her to the bank to confirm that Toro has paid her before driving her home. Before she returns to her old life, Igor gives her back the wedding ring, revealing that he stole it from Toro. This makes Ani reconsider him, realizing he may truly care about her. However, unwilling to feel indebted, she offers her services to him. During the encounter, Igor stops her to kiss her, but she rejects him and breaks down in tears, punching him in grief. He holds her as she cries, finally realizing that Igor cared more about her than Ivan ever did, and that she has lost the fairy tale life she once believed in. And that's how our story ends. What did you think of the ending? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next breakdown.